Hey, here's your heads up to this moment of madness type episode, and it's going to help you to just dissipate any feelings of fear and anxiety. It's just a nice little exercise that you can do by yourself. It's a bit hypnotic, so just find a comfortable place that you don't need to do anything. That's what I'm trying to say. Just say you're safe while you listen to it. But before that, I just want to give a big shout out because the Clough family have your backs in this time. What are you talking about, Cloughie? Well, here's the thing. Middle son Luke, he's a hypnotherapist, and what he does is Facebook Live. And he does a number of Facebook Live videos to help you in this changing world. Different tips, different things to think about. You can find that on Facebook under Cambridge Hypnotherapy page. So just search for Cambridge Hypnotherapy. You'll see it with a lovely sunset, and you'll see some lovely Facebook Live videos from Luke. Also, I have a daughter-in-law called Melissa Clough. She's not only a hypnotherapist, an NLP trainer, but she's also a yoga teacher. And what she's done today is to record a wonderful yoga sequence on video for grounding, because in this time and age we just need grounding, don't we? Bringing back to earth, Mother Earth. And it's a lovely video, and it's for beginners as well as any shape or size or expertise in yoga you have. You'll find it is something worthwhile just watching, doing, and just partaking in, because you'll feel grounded at the end of it. You'll feel absolutely awesome because she is a wonderful yoga teacher. So look for that. That's on Facebook. It's on my page, Paul Clough. If you search for me or search for Melissa Clough, if not melissaclough.com, I'm sure it'll be there. But on the two Facebook pages, I'm sure you'll find it. And lastly, Joseph Clough, my youngest son, he has a number of apps for hypnosis. They're paid for, but he has reduced the cost of those to help everyone get the resources they need. He's reduced them to, I think, just under $1. That's just enough to cover his expenses and keep things online, server costs and iTunes and Apple and all that stuff. But you get a great number of hypnosis tracks, more than I've got on my page. But you can go to that as well. You know that. We'll talk about that later. But do have a look for Joseph Clough Hypnosis. Get the app if you wish. He's keeping them as cheap as possible, and there's so many of them. In fact, you can unlock the whole lot, and that's really cheap as well. But things like this in these times will help you. It's just another set of resources. So Team Clough has got your back. Anyway, let's get on with this Mad World episode of just being able to let go of fear, worry, another way. And there's loads of them. I'm going to be doing lots of them, but here's one particular way. But remember, don't do anything that's going to need your attention, because in the middle of it, I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. Anyway, have a listen after this.
Warning.
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 Warning. You are entering into the unplugged mind of Paul Clough. Too late. Personal Development Unplugged.
How are you today? In this mad world? Just let you know, I'm doing good, and I really, really hope you are too, and your family, and all your friends. And what I thought I'd do is, here's the background to this. I went to the gym today, and the gym is awesome, because there's advice saying that as long as you're not in that close proximity with people, you've got that social distancing, that going to the gym, keeping healthy, is a great thing to do. And my gym is absolutely awesome. They've made changes, so they've got cleanliness, the squirts and the hand cleansers and things like that. I don't know why I rub my hands together then, just to show you, because you can't see it, but they have all of that. And they've also got these wonderful signs on every other piece of equipment which says, this is your social distance, please use the available machine. So effectively you're using every other machine, and you've always got two empty machines beside you. So it's really good. So as I was doing that, I was listening to a podcast by a lovely lady called Tara Bach. And she's a Buddhist teacher, does Buddhist meditations. And I'm not a Buddhist. I'm interested in the Buddhism way, but I'm not a Buddhist. But I do love what she talks about. But here's the thing. She was talking about a thing called rain. And it's a way of understanding your feelings, especially your feelings of fear and worry. And I thought to myself, well, that's exactly what we do in a different way. So it's great that whether NLP and hypnosis has taken it from Buddhism, which I think it has because it's a little bit older, or wherever it all came from, it didn't really matter. But it's all about being able to just sit with your emotion. And if you sit with your emotion in a special way, to investigate it, to acknowledge it, to understand it, it seems to dissipate anyway. A lot of emotions, especially negative ones, if you can just put your total awareness into the feelings, where it is in your body, and just sit with it, it dissipates. So, which is great anyway. So if you've got fear and worry and you want that to dissipate, this will help. But also it's good to learn from it and get your unconscious mind to learn from it, because the fear, anxiety is great in a way, but not if it's freezing you, if it's causing you terrific anxiety, panic, that type of thing. We don't want you to fight and flight. I want you to be aware of who and what you are, your capabilities, and what you need to do. What is the best thing for you to do right there and then in the moment, in the present? Not just jump at the first thing, which is what that fight, flight, and freeze reaction is, isn't it? So here's a thing that you can do, and it's very similar to this Buddhist way. And if you do want to listen to Tara Bach, it's Tara, and I think her surname is Brach. Look under the podcast, you'll see her. And it's some lovely stories and lovely meditations there. She really is a lovely lady, so I do recommend her. So that's part of one of my recommendations, that, if you've got time to listen to other podcasts other than this one, then Tara Bach would be one of mine I would go to. It's one of my go-tos. But anyway, what we're going to do. So what I need you to be is, see what you could do. Here's the smaller part of it. If you were just here with me right now, you could just stop. We've talked about pausing before, but just stop and pause for a moment. And if you're feeling any negativity, doesn't have to be big, just a little bit, just pause and put your attention into that feeling just for a moment, and notice as you put your attention into that feeling, just notice where it is in your body. And as you keep your attention there, you can begin to maybe feel it dissipate. But also as you do that, look around. Look around, look above your eye level and notice all the wonderful things. Allow all the wonderful things that you see in nature, the blue sky, the wind, the weather. Doesn't matter if it's peeing down with rain. That's a wonderful thing. And just be grateful. Get that real sense of gratitude that the world is just the world. And nature is there for you. Mother Nature caring for you. And as you keep your attention into that feeling and allow that wonderful feeling of Mother Nature, the wonder of gratitude, things will change for you. Because I just know it will flood in. So that's a very quick one. You just stop and you pause for a moment. Take attention. Make awareness of that feeling, where it is in your body, and then look around at the wonders of nature. But here's the bigger one. And all I want you to do, if you've got time right now, if not, come back to this. Just find a bit of space, because I want you to close your eyes. You don't have to, but it is easier if you close your eyes. And if you're feeling that negativity, and to start this, I don't want a 10 out of 10 of fear and panic, but if it comes to it, you can go there later, once you get used to this. But you'll probably find that that will diminish anyway when you do this exercise, even on a lower level, because it will generalize into the other areas of your life. Your unconscious mind will learn from this. So let's get our eyes closed and take a wonderful in-breath with me. Just hold it for a few seconds. And as you let it out, allow your mind to go down into that feeling. Some people find it in their throat, their heart, and a lot of the time it's somewhere around your tummy, in your gut. But just notice where that emotion resides in your body, because that's what happens with emotions. They're in your body, mind and body connection. So notice where that feeling is. We don't have to label it. We just put our attention into the center of that feeling. And sometimes it helps to put your hand just over that part of your body. And this is in some ways just acknowledging. Just acknowledge this emotion. Yeah, you're here. I'm here. I'm not pushing against you anymore. And breathe into that feeling. And as you do that, notice. Just notice, does it have a weight? Is it light? Is it heavy? Just notice it. Acknowledge that sense that you have. Does it move slightly? And if it does move, does it pulse? Or is it just static where it is? I know it will move in a circle in one way or other, but for the moment, just notice. Notice the shape and the weight. And notice, does it have a temperature? Because sometimes emotions, these feelings, have temperatures. They could be cold, warm, neutral. Just notice everything about that. What size is it? And I don't know whether if you deliberately moved it just an inch to one side, or to the front or the back, what would happen? Just notice that. Just move it, as you can. Maybe you could just make it a little smaller. Who knows? And as you do that, notice what colour it is. What colour comes to mind? Use your intuition. Even if you can't see it, just intuitively know what colour it is. And I wonder, as you notice that colour, the shape and the size, what colour is peace? What colour is comfortable to you? And I don't know, if you change that colour to the colour of peace or comfortable, what would happen? You can just try it and see what happens. And then just ask your unconscious mind, I know you're trying to protect me, but what are you doing that if you stopped doing it would allow me to be protected and be comfortable and be peaceful? Let your unconscious mind, at the unconscious level, just notice the answer. What is it doing? What are you doing? If you stop doing it, would allow you to be protected, safe, to be comfortable and peaceful. And as your unconscious mind learns from that, just ask again with your inner voice, what are you, my unconscious mind, not doing that if you began doing it would allow me to be safe and feel comfortable, peaceful, to protect me in a wonderful way with awareness? I wonder if you, the unconscious mind, could learn from that right now. And as you learn from that, how can you learn all the learnings you need to be able to protect them, keep them safe, but in a wonderful, comfortable, peaceful way, with awareness, being able to access all your positive resources, beliefs, and emotions. So at any moment in time, you can be comfortable and safe. Because when you do that, you can realize you can let that fear go. And as you talk to your unconscious mind this way, notice what color that feeling is now. Is it changing in its position slightly? Just notice. And thank your unconscious mind, that part of you that's trying to protect you. Even though it used to feel negative. Just acknowledge that I know you're trying to protect me, but now do it in a better way. A way that I can feel comfortable. The way that I can protect myself with ease and access all my learnings, all my positive experiences, all my positive emotions and beliefs and values. And make wonderful decisions and behave in such a wonderful, positive way that supports me and everyone around me. So I can feel protected and well. And then just sit with that for a moment and allow gratitude or a sense of love to overflow into you and in through your heart. Wherever it comes from, there's an infinite resource of love, light and healing that can just flow through your heart. And just notice how that feels. And then when you're ready, just open your eyes. Welcome back to me. Hey, and that's how easy this is. So at any time, because you can do this a number of times, but and as many times as you want, but I do suggest anytime you get that little negative pang, little maybe concern about something that you know that feeling is tending to hold you back, just pause, stop, close your eyes, go into the feeling. Maybe just ask that question. What are you not doing that if you started doing it right now, I would feel so much more at ease and be even safer? What are you not doing that if you started doing it would allow me to be safe, protected, and feel so much more at ease and comfortable? And you can spend as much time or a short amount of time to do this. And this is just one of a number of ways I'm going to be talking to you about of how you can feel better in moments when you feel negative. Because I know we don't feel negative all the time, we don't feel frightened all the time, but just occasionally something happens. And you can control this. And the more you do it, the more it will become a natural behavior to that trigger. So instead of the trigger and you reacting to that trigger with a way of fear, anxiety, and those old feelings, it will start to act as being more comfortable, being more aware, acting and behaving in a way that you're comfortable and that you're safe. And it'll be so much better for you and the world. So that's one. There's more to come. I may just either re-record this as well or just take this portion out and put it onto my hypnosis track so you've got it where it is and it's downloadable and it's without loads of chat, just a bit in there. We'll have to see. I'll send out an email when and if I do that. If you really would like that, please email me, feedback@personaldevelopmentunplugged.com. Just say, yes, please, Paul, could I have that hypnosis track? And we'll do something to put it up on that nice little complete set of hypnosis tracks. Because I was looking at them the other day and there are so many good tracks there. I was even looking at some of the back catalogue of the episodes that I've done. And there's so many good, I don't know about the content, but certainly the intent and the information I've given over those last couple of years. So appropriate right now. Changing your state, changing your mind, being comfortable, being safe, and all this stuff. Have a look. So until next time, have more funding stand. If you want me to talk about anything in particular, again, use that same email address, feedback@personaldevelopmentunplugged.com. See you real soon. Bye-bye now. Before you go, my friend, I'd like to ask you a question. Did you learn something from this episode? I hope you did, because even though every episode may not be the one that really floats your boat, sets you, alight, hopefully there's a takeaway in each and every episode for you. And I'd love to know what it was. So please do email me at feedback@personaldevelopmentunplugged.com. It's a personal email to me. I'd love to know so we can carry on doing this work that will allow you to exceed your dreams. And what's the payment for this? Payment, Cloughy? What are you talking about payment? I thought it was free. Well, it's like pay it forward. And if you could pay this forward in 2 ways, or maybe 3. The first way is please share it. Share this podcast with as many people as you could. And you can. It's very easy. Just press that share button. Send it off by email to them. You'd love to. This is something you might get that right, Paul. Something you might enjoy. And hey, if you could, a real big pay it forward to me is wherever you're getting this podcast, is it iTunes, Castbox, or Stitcher, or whichever you're getting it from, Google Play, I don't know. Would you please just leave a review? Because a review really helps people find this podcast. There's thousands out there, and I want to direct people to this podcast. And the way to do it is by reviews. So if you could do that, if you could share, you could do that. And also just make sure that you're subscribed so you get this episode and every other episode on a Wednesday and a Saturday. If you do all of that, my little heart will sing. And if you want me to sing, well, you'll have to wait and see. Enjoy. But please do all of that. Make my heart sing. Bye-bye now.
Warning, you are now leaving the unplugged mind of Paul Clough. It's time to fly on your own. Be brave, my friend.
Personal Development Unplugged.